Good morning. Today is the 27th of November 2022. I'm sorry I'm not in the best of condition today, but I'm still pumping this out like I promised myself and you guys that I will be doing these at least for 100 consecutive days. And we'll see after that if I have a new goal. That said, yesterday I had an opportunity to do some socializing, to get into the house, to enjoy life. I don't know. It was a family gathering, and it was took it out of me, of course, but it was a wonderful time. And of course, you seeing that I'm not, that I'm, it is affecting, of course, my condition. I knew it would. I still, believe it or not, I'm still surprised at how much it still affects me and how it didn't affect me as much as it does now. I'm sorry, this is, of course, another health update. But the difference is with this health update is, yeah, I just gave you the physical. This one's dealing more with the mental for, I was going to say repercussions, but I don't know if that's the right word. You tell me when I'm finished this. Let me know. Unfortunately, I had two moments where they might be foot and mouth disease. I've always had this personality trait, much to the chagrin of many around me and myself, because with repercussions, try doing that with the foot and mouth disease does not endear you to a lot of people. It's a quirk, but it is what it is. I was having a conversation with someone about how animals are having, in today's society, and I love animals, have almost more rights sometimes, it would seem, than people. Yes and no. That said, they certainly have, and deservingly so, have a special place in the heart for the animal lovers and for society in general. Come on, a cute cat, a cute dog. Come on, they actually add a lot of life, a lot of enjoyment to life. Sorry. The point that we were making was, and I agreed with the person I was having the conversation with in that group about how, and I'm sorry, I find it quasi silly for people to dress up their animals in garb, in sweaters and boots and stuff like that. And I didn't realize that there was someone at the table who did do that. And of course, foot and mouth disease, I mentioned how I thought it was, pardon, but a touch eccentric. And I wasn't put in my place, but I felt so, it needed to be highlighted to me that I might not want to continue with my tirade or rant or whatever I was on because there was someone present who actually disagreed with my general take. And I hope you guys understand, and I even hope that they understand, only because I think it's silly or eccentric. I don't know how else to put it. It doesn't mean it's wrong or right. I just find it, for lack of a better word, eccentric. That said, I really wish I wouldn't have went on my rant. I mean, it's simple as that. I was like, eh, okay, sorry. You do you. Dress up your dogs and cats, and they look cute. I don't even think they look, I'm sorry, but I don't even think they look cute. I think they look uncomfortable. Uh, Maybe this might help. Although, okay, I had a pet cat, okay, and she was so delightful. I really liked this little cat. Um, and sadly, she was an indoor outdoor cat, and I let her know I was living in an apartment in the city. And she went out for the night and wanted to come in the morning and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, she came in and she had a, oh, it was crushed me. She had a broken leg and the bone was protruding. Oh, and she was so sad and she, oh, help me, help me. I mean, that's what, meow. That's how this way I got her, right? Sent her to the vet. She came back in a cast. And the poor thing would hobble along, and I did what I could to help her. And she was okay for a good week, right? And then following that, she had a, like I'm telling you, the bone was protruding out of her skin. It was a bad break. And the vet was able to set it and put it in the cast. That said, she, after the first week, she was hobbling along, now this thing was irritating her, and the vet said it probably take, and of course they don't know, it's a cat bone, right? They said it might take between 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, come back. She was having none of it. Within, after the first week, she was clawing at it, and she was not impressed with having something on her body, on her skin, covering her. I helped her out. I mean, she absolutely wanted this thing off of her body. I took it off her body. She continued to limp. The long story short is she was fine. She was absolutely fine eventually. But for the next 2 or 3 weeks, she was hobbling and she nursed the leg and all that kind of stuff, which kind of surprised me because I mean, it was shattered. It was a broken leg. She didn't lose it. I thought she was going to come back a a three-legged cat. She wasn't. My point is, animals seem to, from my take on the world, is they do not seem to appreciate having stuff on them that they don't want. And when they, is a sweater much different? I would say, yeah. I mean, I would say no, pardon. I would say no. I'm not sure that they're that cold. They know how to get into shelters when they, because they're animals, right? They're used to the wild, right? They're used to taking care of themselves. They have their fur for a reason. They pant in the summer and they pant, like, you know what I mean, to cool themselves off, and they have the fur to keep themselves warm. I presume, I mean, we wear war fur lined coats for a reason, you know what I mean? So the long and short of it was, I wish I wouldn't have tiraded against knowing that now, knowing that someone does not share said opinion. Uh, is it foot and mouth? Yeah. I mean, I do see it that way. I wish I didn't. I think I'm forgiven. I hope I'm forgiven. But it was a tough visit physically. Maybe I'll get into that maybe tomorrow because there's other things actually that came to mind because of it. Excuse me. That said, the foot and mouth disease is still alive and kicking in me regardless of my condition. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Anyways, I just wanted to get this out, and that's what's going on behind the patch. There's a little bit more going on behind the patch today, actually, but that's what I'm giving you for today. Anyways, I hope you guys have a really good rest of the day.